Nobody can boast before God. All of us have nothing to boast about before God. If I tell you that I pray for 12 hours, it's a boasting before you, not before God. For no man can boast before God. If I tell you, my prayer life is on fire, come on. Your prayer life is on the boasting is before the people, not before God. Apostle Paul needed to show us not his own idea of why God justified him by faith. He did not show us his own perspective. He didn't show us his own experience. He didn't show us that he has been working with God for the past 26 years. And that's what qualifies him to be what? Justified by faith. For Apostle Paul to show you what justification by faith is. What did he refer back to?
Scripture.
God find someone like Abraham, the father of Judaism, right? And declared him righteous. Righteousness is not based on what he did. Righteousness is not based on keeping the law. But righteousness only based on his simple trust in the promises that were spoken to him. Who is a righteous man? The man that believes God's promises. So Apostle Paul used that example to explain to us. See, justification by faith is not by keeping the law. Justification by faith is seen in Abraham's story, which is just what? Faith in his promise. So anytime you look at Abraham's story and look at the way God relates with him, that's exactly the same way God relates with us. The Christian culture at posture is to always position yourself around his promises. Justification by faith is not what you work for. Justification by faith is what? Free gift. It is what Christ gave to you freely. What you work for, you be paid salary, you earn it. Righteousness by faith, no one works for it. It's a what? Free gift. When you understand these things, other areas of your life works the same. Then you will know that there is nothing you can do in your own power that can make God, that can make job to come, except God did what? Does it. It is God who powerfully declared the ungodly to be righteous in his eyes. The declaration of justification by faith upon his people is based on the way he sees, not the way man sees. So what is expected of me as a believer? I'm not to use my own optical lens or optical eyes to see people. To which eyes I'm supposed to see? The eyes of Christ. Meaning that when you look at your fellow human beings, how do you do? You use the perspective. How do Christ see them? That's the same way you should see. To develop the perspective of Christ on every matter. Many who do great things in life, none of them will boast of the same account balance in excess in the account. But how do men move? By the eyes of faith. You want to reign in life? You want to walk in faith? It must not be based on what your optical lens see. It must be based on what God's perspective is saying. So a man can be limited through his sight. As a sub-headline, my faith should be in God's perspective. And open a bracket to it, madness of faith. You can be what you want to be in God. And stop looking at who will sponsor you. You can go to well, I don't even know what I'm prophesying about. Just sit down. As I'm talking to, just be hearing. Take it as prophecy anyway, if that's the best way you can relate with me. Some relate more with me when I teach, some relate more with me when I prophesy. So whichever was your own, just take advantage of all. You can go to the best school, even while the finances in the home is not encouraging. With this thing I'm teaching you. And God will just create an opportunity and send an helper. Even men you don't know. It could even be somebody that will just say, as a scholarship is somewhere. See, the day you see things in God's perspective, God by His Spirit create occasions that will bring the fulfillment of what you have seen in Him. I don't know whether you catch that. Initiate a thought that God, I don't want to stay back at home. I want to finish my school. You can do it for me. I believe in your word. For with you nothing is what? Impossible. What do you think you have done as at that time? You have demonstrated the righteousness of faith by confessing what you believe in His promises. And you know what happens? God will now raise men, both the one you know and the one you did not know, both the one you have met and the one you have not met, to bring and supply what you need. If your eyes are fixed on the people, you'll be limited. You are not seeing in God's perspective. And you know, most times those people you fix your eyes on, they disappoint. Understand God's relationship. God can use anyone, anything. So, the madness of faith is when you see things well in God's perspective. Because your situation will negate your sight in God. If you want to continue to live your life seeing things that only your optical eyes can see, you can never grow. So the man that needs help can be looking for help, and the man that has been raised to give help can be looking for help. Anywhere you see yourself at the place of your service to God, that is the only height you can ever cross in your life. You want to rise above it? You need a stronger high. It can't be your high.